Hello guys, welcome again to a series of tutorial. On this channel, a new one, we'll be simulating projects related to Python. So I'll be using MicroPython for microcontroller programming and simulation. I'll be also using some other modules like PyTube for YouTube video downloading, playlist creation, and many other things, caption extraction, and using also TK-Inter for GUI designs, and also for some desktop app application development. We'll also be using some other modules like the PDF modules, Google language, text to language modules, and some other modules. Okay, but for today, we'll be looking at how to first use the MicroPython modules, and we'll be using the machine module of MicroPython to simulate the ESP32 in Wokwi for both the web-based version and also the VS Code extension version. So without further delay, let's get started, guys. All right, we go. Cool. So as I was saying, for you to do that, you just go on Google or whatever browser that you have, right? For example, Wokwi, then go to wokwi.com. And if you're on wokwi.com, you go to your dashboard and then get your project. Okay. And if you reach there, for example, this is mine. Okay, I am these are some of my projects. So let's start. Since it's the first tutorial, let's use a very simple one. Let's say, for example, an LED. Okay, so as you can see the symbol here, so let's use the very first one, which is the hello world or blinking LED for microcontroller programmers. I'm not a microcontroller programmer, I'm an electrical engineer, but what they often do is if they are programming a microcontroller for the very first beginning, what they do is they blink an LED, and that's what we'll be doing in this tutorial. And that's very simple. So I have a switch here and I have an LED. The switch is connected to GPIO number 4 and the LED is connected to GPIO number 5. So whenever I press this switch, okay, this LED will light up or it will start blinking every 0.1 second. If I release it, then it turns off and it asks me to press and then hold. Okay, so that's code. Okay, this is the switch. It's connected to GPIO number 4. So for that, I first imported two modules. The first one is machine, which is the modules for MicroPython. And inside this, I import pin, okay, which is an object. And here I also imported a time module, which is common or ordinary modules in Python. Whenever you install Python, you have this module. And yep, so first I instantiate an object, a switch object here, which is connected to GPIO number 4, and it's an input. So pin.in, which is an input, so that means it reads something from this. Okay, this microcontroller will read the input from this switch, and it's a pull-up because also I connected here to this ground. So in a pull-up mode. So, and I have the LED which is connected to GPIO number 5, and it's an output. So, because this will output something, okay, this microcontroller will output a signal, okay, to this LED, but it will read an input from this switch. So, this is the meaning of these two lines. And for the very first start, I don't want this LED to turn on, so that's why I set its state to 0 or false. So, it means this LED, whenever I start simulating this code, the LED will be off until it gets to this loop. So this is a while loop. So while true or while one, whenever you start, it gets into this loop and then it starts just in this loop turning and turning. If this is not pressed, it will wait for 0.1 second and then it will go into the second one and then read the state if it is still grounded, and then it will blink. And if it is not, and then you go back and get back here and print sorry, and turn off the LED, okay, and then print this, press and hold. So let's run it and see the result. So as you can see, it will get to the binary firmware of the ESP32, the MicroPython binary one, and it start now running. So as you can see, it's saying here, press and hold, because there's nothing being read here. So we are now in the else condition. We are not in this if. So if I press this, then you can see it's blinking every 0.1 second. All right, so there is it, guys. So this is how you can blink an LED. So I'm just toggling on and off, on and off. So if I release, then you can see it turns off, and if I press, and then you see it start blinking. If I release, then it turns off. If I press, then it will start blinking every 0.1 second. So this is the delay time, okay, the sleep. All right, so I press it again, and you can see it's blinking. So I know everyone can do this, so now let's do it in VS Code. All right, guys, let's go. So I press, it blinks, I release, and also whenever I release this, press and hold will be like going down. You can see here it's just printing, but if I press it, it stopped printing it. So yeah, that was it, guys. So now let's do this in VS Code. So I'll copy this one. Yeah, I'll launch my VS Code, Control Shift N to create, to open a new window of this. And yep, so here we are. I'll click on File Explorer, and you have many choices. Okay, you can use mini extensions. I've been using two extensions. One is Pymakr, and the second one is MicroPico. So let's first start with MicroPico. Okay, for you to have an ESP32 or a MicroPython project being simulated or flashed onto either a Pico or an ESP32, what you need to do is first to get a folder, and then you ask this MicroPico to configure the project. So what you can do, if you already have the folder, then you can just click on it and then get it. But in my case, I don't have it, so I'll add a folder to this. So click add a folder, and then choose where you want to get your folder, where you want to create a folder. In my case, I'll put it maybe in download, and I'll create a new folder here. Okay, since it's an LED blink, so I'll call it LED, and then underscore blink. Okay, so that is it. So I'll select this one and then add it, so it will be added here. And after that, then I can configure it with this MicroPico. Okay, so what I will do, I'll click on this, and then it will be looking for any microcontroller that is being connected, or any Wi-Fi that is available. So if it finds, then fine. If it doesn't find, okay. In my case, it's found. Say, you can see, because I have my microcontroller that is being connected. And I'll also show you how you can start without even having the microcontroller being connected. So yeah, good. Okay, it says connection to board established, which is good. That is not what I need. So whenever you click on this MicroPico, here you have in this bar some of this button that will come. So I'll click back here in the project, and then I'll ask MicroPico to configure this project. Okay, I'll click on configure project, and then you can see here it created a VS Code extension and also a MicroPico extension, which is just, I think, a JSON file. There's nothing inside. So yeah, good. So these are so that means the project has been configured. So you can see here, project configuration completed or complete. So now let's simulate our thing, the same thing that we did first. So I'll first flash it onto my ESP32 so that you can see. And in the case that you don't have this board, this ESP32 boards, how can you then simulate it? So that's what we'll do. Get back here, I'll just copy this, Control C. I don't want to write shit. Paste it here, okay? Create a file, Python file, and I'll call it, let's say, main.py. And then get in here and then paste. All right, so this is the same code that we get it here, and then you can see there's no error, so that is good, that is fine. So what you can do, if your board is already connected, you can just run this, and if everything goes well, I don't know, even because I haven't yet checked this microcontroller for a long time. I can even see that it's on, which is not normal, but anyway. So let's run. I'll just click on run, and you can see it saying press and hold, press and hold. So that means we are in the F condition. So if I press this button, let's say, and then I hold, then you can see it's blinking, it's blinking, it's blinking, it's blinking, it's blinking. All right, and if I release, and then you can see, and it'll be still printing, press and hold, press and hold, press and hold, press and hold, and until you press this. If you press and then you hold, you can see it will start blinking. All right, so in real life, it's working. So that is not the purpose of this. We came here because we want to simulate. We don't have money to buy microcontrollers. So now, for you to simulate any Wokwi project in VS Code, you need basically two files. Okay, you need the diagram file, so which is here, how your microcontroller is connected to the peripherals. That is diagram file, and you also need a dot. Okay, let me first stop this one. Okay, good, stopped. So you also need a dot chomen file where you tell the extension, which is Wokwi, where, for example, your firmware is located, and also where is your linker file located. So since we are using MicroPython, and yeah, as you know, MicroPython, you need to first, okay, this MicroPython already has the MicroPython file or binary file being flashed onto the microcontroller before even I run this code, because you can see there's nothing called flash. Okay, you just click on run and then start running. Okay, but you need a binary file or binary firmware first to be onto the microcontroller, and we need a file that can tell us where it is. So I'll first create the diagram, okay, file, and the diagram file is just like a diagram, and I'll open that. Then I don't want to draw shit, just get back to your diagram.json, copy this, Control A, Control C, and then paste it into your diagram file. Just, you can see it's also JSON file, and then rename it. Okay, make it .json. Good. If you click on it, then you will see your diagram. Boom. Here we have it here. Okay, the same diagram that we have on the web-based one is the same thing we have here. And also make sure that you have a license. Okay, I have a community license, and it's quite easy to get a license. You just go onto their website, wokwi.com, and then create an account, sign up, verify, and then you get a community license. And if you also want more features, then you can purchase other licenses that they have. So we get the diagram done. Now it's remaining another file that we need to add, and that file is the .toml. So it is called, I think, wokwi.toml. Good. So inside this file, you first have to specify what is the version. Okay. And I don't want to also write this. If I can figure out some way where I can copy this, I'll just copy it. Okay, good. I have one here. Let's see. So you have version, you write version. So, okay, sorry. First, Wokwi, which is the extension that we are using. Second, you need to write the version is one. And then where's your linker file and where's your binary file? Okay, that needs to be flashed at the boost. And also, since it is a server port, we'll be using another server port. So you need also to precise the port. So I'll copy this. I don't want to waste time on it, and then just paste it in here. All right, good. So I got Wokwi version and the linker file and then the firmware. All right, so then you need to download this firmware. So, okay, and where to download it? Just go on to whatever browser that you are using and write, for example, ESP32 microcontroller or MicroPython firmware. Sorry. Then when you click on it, you get these results. I guess this first one, yeah, this first one has. And then you can see here, so these are all of the release, okay, firmware. So you can see here, this is the latest version as can written here. So v1.22. So click on it, and then it will start downloading. After downloading it, then you can get to where it is. For example, it's mine is here. Then I'll copy this, and then I paste it into my project folder. So paste it here. All right. So I don't want to open it. So this file. Oh shit. Let me rename it. It has a certain nonsense because I've downloaded many times. I don't want that to. Okay. Good. So this file. So this is, as you can see, ESP32 generic 2024 0222. The version is v1.22.2 and it's a binary file. So this is the same thing for the linker file and the same thing for the binary file. I have both of them here. Now we are good. We can simulate, but right now we don't have Wokwi simulator that cannot simulate MicroPython directly. So we need another extension that is called the Mpremote. So it's also a MicroPython remote. So you can use it, for example, to flash some remote devices. If you have, let's say, a MicroPython, sorry, you have an ESP32 or a Pico or any other devices. I think even ESP32 that is, let's say, uh, connected to the Wi-Fi, you can flash it using this Mpremote. So you can also go on to Google and then Google it or whatever browser you have. So you can just write Mpremote, and it's a MicroPython modules. I think you can have everything related to it. So yeah, I think it's this. So how to add file, for example, how to install it, you can just click pipe install user. If you don't have, you can also remove this and then it can install it. So let's just test it. I'll copy this, and then this is how you, I already have it installed. Okay, so I'll run it and then you will see. So also, if you install, the best way is also to get the extension on VS Code. So let me write it here, for example, pipe install, and then MP remote. I think that is it. Ooh. Okay, anyway, just copy paste here. Sorry, guys. So just copy, type install user. All right, so get a new terminal and then paste and then run. So if it is installed, then it will tell you that the condition has been, okay, requirement already satisfied, requirement already satisfied. So that means mine is installed. If yours is not installed, then I recommend you to first install it, because if you don't install it, you won't be able to run the code, okay, to simulate. All right, so we have this done. So one thing you can do is just click on this diagram and then click on run. It will start running. That is one option. The other option is you just click F1 and then you look for start, okay, Wokwi start simulator, and then it will automatically start it. As you can see, the simulation has automatically started. But now it require also it requires, so it says that it is an ESP32 generic. It has found this firmware that I uploaded. So this microcontroller has found it. But now for this to work, you need the Mpremote to, okay, flash or run the code onto this based on the port that we specified here. So this, I specified this port, okay. So now, how to do that? Let me get back to my simulator. So while this one is running, so let me create a new terminal. And then you need to write Mpremote run this main.py, okay, run onto this port, and then it will do that. So I have it here. I also don't remember. So yeah, this. I'll copy this and then I'll paste it here. So you can see here, Mpremote, connect to this port, the port that is specified. This is the port that is here, this port. Okay, it's this port. And then run what? Run this main.py. Okay, so if I enter this, it might not succeed for the very first time, but most of the time, the first time it will upload the firmware, and then the second time it will run. Okay, so let's wait for the output. All right, so I think that is the upload. So now that was the first time. Let me paste it. Most of the time, for the second time after the upload, then it will start running. So you can see, for example, it's saying press hold, press hold, press hold. If I press then I hold, then you can see it's blinking. All right, so guys, this is how you can simulate ESP32 MicroPython project in VS Code using Wokwi simulator. Now, oh shit, let me stop this. Okay, for the next time again, that is the same thing. If I press this and then I press this, you can see it's not. So for this to work, that is the command that you need to pass. So you need to pass this Mpremote, connect to the host, and then run. So it'll start running, as you can see. So if I press, I hold, then it's not printing anymore, and it's blinking. And if I release, then you can see it's pressing, it's printing. And if I press and then I hold, then it's blinking. If I release, it stops. And then if I press, I hold, and then it's blinking. So guys, that is it. Now, this is one. The other one that you can also do is called Pymakr. This one, okay? So what I will do is that I will disconnect this. I'll redo the whole project, okay, in Pymakr. Okay. So I don't want to save this. So if you want to save, okay, I'll save it. Yeah, I'll save it there. So let's do the same thing in Pymakr, okay? Control Shift N. It's been a long time that I don't use Pymakr, but let's try and see. So it's the same thing. You go to the extension and then you write Pymakr. I think it is something like that. Displaying too many sheets. Okay, no, not Pymarvel. Did I wrote correctly? But anyway, so it's Mark. Okay, yeah. So I often use which one? I often use this one. Yeah, I use this one because of its rating. This one that I downloaded, so it has 5 star, while this one only has 2 stars. So I use this one. So you click on it, and then you see it's installed. You can see I haven't yet installed this one. So I use this one. So install. After installing it, it will be something like this. All right. So now, how to create a project into this, and how, so you can see here, for project management, please, whatever, whatever, whatever. But anyway, I think this can, let me click on this. So you can see, so you have access to this, and then you can create a project, you can add a project, and you can clone some projects if you have. Okay, so let me bring this one up a little bit. Oh, okay, so that is the same thing. Say here you have create project, open workspace. So in my case, I'll create a project. Okay, click on this, and then on desktop, let's do the same thing. Let's create something called LED blink or LED. Okay, so and then use this folder, and then the name of the project. So I'll call it LED underscore blink. Okay, so that is the name of the project. So it will ask you to save like this. You have to pass to this and then get this, or just to save directly here. So I'll pass to So, and this is the configuration that it will pass. Then if you want an example, it can give you. If you don't want, just click empty one. So I'll choose an empty one. So let me bring this one down a little bit. So you can see Pymakr has already configured everything. It will have a boot, it will have a main, and then you have your Pymakr. So this boot is if you are simulating, sorry, if you are flashing directly to your ESP32. If not, it doesn't have anything inside. Okay. If not, then you can use your main. For example, here it's just empty. So same thing. Let's get our code from Wokwi web-based one like this. Control A, Control C, and then paste it here into Pymakr. Good. So we have the code, and sometimes the import of this has a little bit of problems. You can see that this module doesn't exist or will not be resolved. But if you run, it will properly run without any problem. But for you first to flash an ESP32 using this, you need to connect. Okay, you see here, for example, these are all of the ports. This is my mouse, this is my keyboard, something. So, for example, this is my ESP32 because it's a CH 34.0 driver. So then you can connect. You can see here, connect to that device. Then if it is connected, you can see here, connect. It has been connected. Now you can click on this, and then you see, for example, everything that you can do. You can hard restart the ESP32. You can safe boot it. You can soft reset it. You can do everything that you want. You can connect things onto it, and you can also run code directly onto it. And I think also Pymakr should have some buttons here. I don't know. In the past they had. Oh, I have to add them. Okay. Now, if you have your thing connected, so you can explore files. For example, you can create terminal, and you can explore files that are directly onto it. You can disconnect the device, as I said. You can erase it. And let me first create a terminal. Okay. Here. So then it will get into my ESP32 since it's connected. So you can see here, for example, what is being flashed onto this is an ESP32. So that's why it says it's a generic ESP32 module, the one that we just downloaded, and then I had it flashed onto my ESP32. So let me see what I have here, for example. Same thing here. I don't have Pymakr, and also here. Okay, I have it here, for example. Good. So then I can upload the code onto it directly. And let me see if I have some other option. Okay, let me upload and then see. It's asking me. So yeah, true. I haven't yet connected the port. So selected the port. Sorry. So this is the port that my ESP32 is connected to. So then click, and then the file that you want to run or upload. So main. So it's uploading, and then it says uploading finished. And let me see if it's working. Nope. So then we need to run then. So as you can see, okay, now after uploading, then I can run it. Still Pymakr, and then here run file or selection on device. Okay, I'll click on this, and same thing, run onto this device. And then you can see here it's in press hold, press hold, press hold, press hold. And then if I press and then I hold it, then you can see it's blinking. So it's been a long time that I've never used Pymakr, but that's how you can use it. Great. So it's working. Now let's see how we can also simulate the same thing. Okay. Then if you want to stop, there are also ways. For example, I can come just here and then stop script. Okay. And then it will stop. All right. Now, you can restart it, or if you want to do it again, you just click here and then get to Pymakr and upload the file, and after uploading, and then you run it just the same way that we did it. So get your port, then okay, and then enter. It's been uploaded. After uploading, then you can run it. Okay, the same port, and then run. And all of that you can customize so that they just become shortcuts. So if I press and then I hold, then you can see that it's blinking. Press, hold, and then you see that it's blinking. All right, good. So that is it. That is not our purpose. So now let's see how, let me stop this. Let's see how we can now simulate it if we don't have a microcontroller. All right, same thing. I think it will be the same thing. For you to simulate this, you need the other two files that was needed. The very first one was the diagram. Okay, you need a diagram.json file. Oh, sorry, because I don't have the license. If I make it as .json, then I will not be able to edit it. So I'll open it and then get our diagram file, which is a JSON file. Sorry, Control A, Control C. Then I'll paste that into here. After pasting, then I can rename it because I don't have the full license. Okay, I just have the community license. So good. So boom, here we have our whole diagram. Good. But the thing is, if I click on this, for example, it will start. Okay, what is it even saying? Wokwi. Oh, it will require also the binary file. So for us to get a binary file, then we need to get a Wokwi, I think, .toml file. And in here, we first write the name of the extension, which is Wokwi, and then we write the version. Okay, in my case, it's 1. And after the version, we need the linker file, the ELF, where it is, which is a string. Sorry. And we need the binary file. And finally, we need the port. So where is the port? We need to specify those three. So, and I don't want to waste my time writing them. So just copy and then paste. For example, I'll get in here. So first, the name of the extension, the version, the linker file, the firmware, and then the port. So they are all here. Copy them and then paste them into our project here. All right, so now we are saying that the linker file or the firmware, they are both here and they should be in our project folder. If they are not here, for example, if they are in where I downloaded, because after downloading, I haven't yet moved them, you can, let me rename these. Okay, I have two of them here, so I'll delete one. So let's say, for example, I rename this instead of me having that one. I'll remove this one. Good. So let's say, for example, what the fuck? I also have another one of this firmware. That's what he's saying. Microsoft. Okay, so I'll delete this one. I don't know where is the other one, but I think it will be also here. Something generic. Oh God, I am not here to look for this. Okay, here. Okay. So one thing that you can do is Control Shift and then right click your mouse and then you can copy as path if you don't want to paste it here, and then you can paste it the path maybe somewhere here. Okay, and same thing, you can paste it also here. That is one option if you don't want to paste your, but I often like to get the firmware into my folder. That way I have less issues. So sorry, I got two. Okay, so let's test with this and see how it is a result. Okay, so I passed the location of my ELF file and my firmware. Okay, after that, then we can then go into our diagram, click on it, and then click on run. Then it will start running. That is one option. In order to determine invalid sequence expected at row, oh, that this is not correct. At row 3, column 12. At row 3, column 12. I guess it might be my addressing. That is path. Okay. Oh, I think I need. I don't think so. Yep. It says that the path is not correct. So yeah, I might test that, but in this case, you can just copy this and then paste it into you can just copy it and then paste into the position where you want, where your project is. Okay, I'll put it into the folder where my project is created just by dragging and dropping it here. Okay, good. And then I'll close this, and then I'll get the relative path of this and then pass it here. Same thing here. Good. So we have both good. Our next step is to go to our JSON file or the diagram and then click on run. And then you can see that it will start. But although it says it's running, if you click on this, for example, you can see that nothing is happening. Now, for this to work, you need to get the MP remote, okay, to connect to the port. So MP remote connect to this port and then run this code, okay, which is main.py. And as I said, in Pymakr, it's been a long time that I've never used it, but I think so it's the same thing. For the first attempt, it might just upload, and then for running, it crash. But for the second attempt, most of the time, it runs. Very long. I even want to read. So yeah, I'll get a new window because I don't want to clear that one, and then paste the same code that I had. So let me see what. Yeah, good. It worked for the second attempt again. So as you can see, it's working. Okay. So that's how you can simulate an ESP32 MicroPython project in VS Code using Wokwi. So if I release, it stops. If I press, it starts blinking. Press and hold, it starts blinking. If I release, then it stops. If I press and then hold, it starts blinking. Okay, good. Thanks, guys, for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.